Citizens speak out. Often risking their health and safety, people across the world continue to stand up for freedom and improve rights for themselves and their loved ones as they gather in countries like Bahrain, China, Egypt, Libya, Palestine, Syria, and Yemen.
Chinese dissident writer Liao Yiwu announced that the government had barred him from travelling overseas to speak at the upcoming Sydney Writers' Festival in Australia, where he was scheduled to speak at 5 events about his own personal history, developments in the country, as well as performing a poetry reading to music. Mr. Liao had previously been imprisoned for 4 years after publishing the poem Massacre about the government's repression of protesters in Tiananmen Square.
In Syria, gunfire and arrests continued in Homs, areas of Damascus and Baniyas, on Monday, May 9th, with communication cut off from Baniyas. Secretary General Ban Ki-moon demanded an immediate end to the violence against Syrian people, along with humanitarian access to Daraa.
On Tuesday, the European Union released a full list of the 13 Syrian officials sanctioned for their part in the violent repression of pro-democracy protesters. The sanctions, which include a freezing of personal assets and a ban on travel within the European Union, as well as an arms embargo, are effective immediately. Also included on the list was the president's brother, Maha al-Assad, who commands an army unit and is reported to be a leader of the aggression against the demonstrators. Although Syrian President Bashar al-Assad was not on the list at this time, Foreign Policy Chief Catherine Ashton stated the EU calls again on President Bashar al-Assad to choose the path of reform and national inclusive dialogue and avoid further bloodshed.
Security forces in Yemen killed 9 people and injured 20 others when they opened fire on protesters in Taiz on Monday, while another 20 were injured on Tuesday when thousands in Hodeidah were fired upon as they called for the immediate resignation of President Ali Abdullah Saleh.
Bahraini human rights activist Mahdi Aya was arrested Monday after pro-government groups set fire to his house, while the Bahrain Centre for Human Rights called for greater response from the international community. The government is reported to have destroyed over 20 mosques, demolished houses and detained schoolchildren in an effort to end the peaceful protest movement that is calling for more democracy and human rights.
Representatives from tribes and 25 Libyan local councils held a meeting Monday in the United Arab Emirates city of Abu Dhabi, where they expressed their unity and support for the revolutionary movement against the current regime. Included in the meeting for the first time were those from the western and southern regions of the country, which are under greater control from the government, as well as a representative from Colonel Muammar Gaddafi's hometown of Sirte. Meanwhile, Libyan citizens and migrants desperate to flee the war are often doing so through dangerous front lines, some with tragic outcomes. UN High Commissioner for Refugees spokesperson Laura Boldrini stated that attempted sea crossings have left some 900 people drowned since March. Most recently, an overly full ship carrying 600 migrants trying to escape the Libyan conflict sank off the coast, with most on board believed to have been lost, and only a few who were able to swim to the shore.
In Egypt, the Salafist Daraa Association released a statement signed by several scholars emphasizing the need for peaceful coexistence between Muslim and Coptic Christian communities, while the Muslim Brotherhood also spoke in support of interfaith harmony.
In sorrow for the loss of cherished lives, we pray for the soon end to strife in all nations, and that people everywhere may decide to live side by side in dignity, freedom, and peace.